are live. You guys know I gotta do my annual check and make sure we're live, and then go from there. So I haven't really. Oh, Clifton just texted me. He made it. I'm just gonna text him back. It's like raining ice here today, so it was pretty intense. All right, live. Let's see if I can. You guys know I gotta do my. Oh, sounds good. Okay. Cool. So yeah, first off, guys, I want to say I didn't get to post a video today just because I've been moving and I've been busy, but I did still want to put in some effort to go live today to at least get a video put out. I don't want to miss my streak at all. So to all those of you, if anyone's still awake at this time or anything, it's great to see you guys. Oh, okay. I do see the comments now. Michael Seabrook, Clifton Erickson, and High Caliber Arms. Hey guys. So I'm going to be going over the Lethbridge and Montana super matches. They're going to be live on the same day. I don't know if they're going to be live at the same time. So I do recommend, if capable, check them both out. I'm sure it's going to be great. Let me go through. Mike sent me the super match list for Lethbridge. So I'm going to go. Oh, Mike sent me a message. I'm just seeing it now. Well, yeah. Well, frick. I had to cook some chicken. That's okay. I'm gonna count it. It's close. I'm gonna count it for my streak. Oh, I forgot I can click comments. I'll pull that one up, Tim. Thanks. We'll get it for you soon. Just seeing this. So, how's everyone's day going? Good. All right. Let's look at these super matches. We have. If I don't know the guys, I might just skip it. I'm sorry, guys. I'll say the names, but there's no last names on this, so I'm going to be doing some guessing. We have someone named Chase versus Thomas. I'm assuming that's going to be Thomas Cyborg. I don't know the other person. Super match number 2. We have Braxton versus Gavin. Now, for those of you that don't know, these are two youth studs in Alberta. Gavin Gardner is a tank, and Braxton is Lethbridge's guy. These guys have been back and forth for a long time, but I do think Gavin has been putting in the work like crazy recently and leveled up. And I just really think that I think Gavin's got the edge. I'm gonna say 65 Gavin. Left arm might be a little closer, but I still think Gavin's got it. Now, it says here Len versus Gage. I don't know, Ken, sorry. Oh, Ken. Yes, I really like Ken. He always shouts all my stuff. Ken versus Gage. I believe these guys pulled in Lethbridge last time and they're running it back. I'm curious to see how this one goes. I know Ken's always in the Lethbridge chat and he's training hard and stuff, so that's nice to see. I don't know too much about the Gage guy, but I do think I'm going to give Ken the 60-40 advantage. Now we're getting into some people that I know. Dustin Rasmussen versus Dion Wilson. Sorry, I couldn't think of his last name for a second. This is an interesting match. Dion did well in Lethbridge. I was quite surprised. But I know how good Dustin is, and he's got a long lever, and I think that could cause Dion some problems. I think this might turn into a classic hook versus top roll battle. And as much as I think Dion's a great puller, I have pulled Dustin before, and I do think Dustin has the edge on this. I'm going to give Dustin 55-45 edge against Dion. Then we have Darcy versus Stu. Not too familiar with those two. And then we have Terry versus Jackson. So Terry Dactyl versus Jackson Hickey. I think that it's a good match. Jackson always feels strong when I pull him, but I haven't pulled Terry in a long time. I know Jackson's been pretty consistent with it lately. I don't know how consistent Terry has been. So I'm going to say Jackson 55-45 advantage, but I'd be interested to see where Terry's at right now. Moving on, we have Corbin, which I'm assuming is Corbin Schaff, versus Brad, which I'm going to assume is Brad Prinz. This is actually an interesting match. Brad is really Like before I watched Corbin and Dalton Waller pull, I would have said Corbin has the advantage on this one. But Brad's been on a real tear lately. And I also think that it kind of showed that there's a lane where you can shoot in there and beat Corbin. And I think that Brad has access to that lane. So I'm curious if he's going to get there or not. I'm going to give this match a 50-50. I'm not entirely sure. I think if it goes outside, Corbin wins. I think if it goes inside, Brad wins. But I'm curious to see who gets their lane. I'm really excited for that match. Next, we have Jared Freeman versus Jason Shaw. Now, I know Jared Freeman is big right now, and I'm pretty sure he's got that dad strength coming in. But again, Jason is very, very good. And Jason, here's what I think is interesting about Jared versus Jason. The way I saw Dale and Jason go, I was very impressed with Jason. I think that I don't know if Jared has the same top end that Dale does, but I think Jared has better endurance. So I think if Jared can find a stop and work the angles, he'll be successful. But Jason might be too much for him. I don't know where Jared's at lately. I just know he's bigger. So I'm actually very interested for that one. I am going to say, I'll say 50-50 on that one too. It all depends on where Jared's at. Then we have Ethwin versus Pete. Pistol Pete and Ethwin. I'm actually curious if this is left arm, I'm going to give Pete the advantage. If this is right arm, I'm going to give Ethwin the advantage. And I'll go 55-45 either way. And I'm really excited for that one. Then we have a match that it's been a long time coming. I know I've talked about this before, but Mike and Andrew Quintana has been a long time coming. These guys have been wanting to pull each other. Mike thinks he's gonna stomp him. Andrew's like, I'm a little bigger now. It might be a different story. Um, Mike's looked hot lately, and he did really good against Ryan Boussier and in the tournament. And I do actually think that I think Mike's speed might cause problems for Andrew, but I think if Andrew can get locked up in his spot, he might be able to give Mike some issues. I think I got to give Mike the advantage because I know how deadly his hit is, but I do think that this is just a 55-45, and I think if the match stops, Mike's got to be concerned. And then we have Dylan Houghton versus Ben Brooks. This is a really fun match, actually. I'm really excited for this one. I do think Dylan has the advantage. His frame, he's just like a truck lately. And I'm going to give him a 55-45, but I know Ben Brooks is no joke and Ben's been around. But I think that Dylan is just like on a path right now of going on a tear and he's really dialed in. So that's really, really cool. Then we have a bunch of the same matches. I'm assuming this is going to be right arm and Byron Cahoon versus Lee Germain. Now, Byron is very torquey and has a lot of horsepower, but he's susceptible to speed and he overtakes with his strength, but if he doesn't have his strength and you get him into a barn burner, I think you can beat him. And I just know Lee's been working really hard lately and he's been feeling really strong. And I do actually think that Lee is going to pull out the win on this one. So I'm going to give Lee a 60-40 advantage, especially because I know Lee's very consistent and Byron is not as consistent. So yeah, guys, there's a summary of the Lethbridge. It's December 13th. Assuming they're going to be live for it, you're not going to want to miss it. And then I want to cover today what Josh Wilson posted as well. Josh Wilson posted a super match card that he's going to be having on the exact same day. Let me find it here. Now, so he said, match number 1, Luke Cody versus Tyler Butts. So this is rank 19 and rank 20 of the right-handed under 200-pound division. This is for the 19th rank. Luke is the higher rank, and I am going to give Luke the advantage. I'm sure he's training hard for his match against Tim at the arm bender. And I'm really curious to see how it goes because I'm sure Tim will also be watching this one closely, but that should be really fun. Match number two. This is a very fun left arm match, actually. Chuck the Destroyer versus Leif Sorensen, left handed, over 200-pound Montana ranking. So this match is for the number two rank. Winner gets two, and then Chuck is ranked five. Leif is very horsepower, torquey, strong, but Chuck's been looking really good lately, and Chuck performed very well against Logan Anderson. And I know Logan's up there with anyone in Montana, so I'll be very curious to see how Chuck handles the power of Leif. Match number three, we have Morgan Emmett, who is ranked number 23, and Dan Grosslack, who is ranked number 14 in the right-handed over 200-pound division. I know Morgan Emmett is good and he's been training hard, but I just think Dan Grosslack is a really tough ask. And it's hard for me to not make Dan Grosslack the favorite in a match. So I am going to put Dan at a 60-40. I'll give him 70-30, actually. I think Dan is a big favorite in this 70-30. I would love to see Morgan Emmett do something, though, but I know Dan is no joke. So, oh, Tim said I might be pulling Josh Wilson left hand just for the kicks of it. I also want to pull someone their right hand that's ranked a good bit above me just to test out my right hand progressing. Oh, so you're going to be there. So that's awesome that you're going to be there. I hope you get at it for some matches. I can't wait to watch. I'm going to be at work, so I really hope that this is going to be something that can get me through the day. Up next, we have Colin Knotts, who I don't exactly know. Left is pretty trashy. That's all right. It's just left arm. I only care about left lately because that's what I've been winning, but you know. Colin Knotts, unranked, versus Aaron Goki, ranked 23 in right hand under 200 pounds. Anytime there's an unranked versus ranked guy who I don't know about, I'm always going to give the advantage to the ranked guy. And I know Aaron has been, I saw him doing some Todd Hutchings style training. So I'm curious to see how that goes. And I'm sure he's going to be coming in ready. So I'm going to give him the advantage. Next up, we have Pedro Riviera versus Nicholas Abel. Ooh, left-handed under 200 pounds. I always got to pick Nick Abel. I'm going with Nick Abel on this one. He's going to move up one rank. He sports the Red Deer stuff, and so I like watching Nick pull. He's always great. So good luck, Nick, and good luck, Tim, if you pull. Good luck, Luke. Good luck, everybody pulling. Chuck, Lave, Morgan, Dan, all you guys who I've met, and the guys who I haven't. I hope to meet you soon, and best of luck. But I'm going to go with Nick on this one. Match number six. I will be watching this one closely because this hand is getting huge. You guys can't tell, but it's getting huge, I promise. We have Brian Johnson arm wrestling Dan Grosluck on the left arm. Left-handed over 200 pounds. Nathaniel Kyle Arms. Hey, bud. Hey, man. How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. I know it's a late one, but just trying to keep my streak alive of posting every 3 days, and I haven't got much content up because I've been moving. So thanks for stopping in. Brian Johnson and Dan Grosluck left arm. Now I saw some. I know it's practicable, but Dan's top row was looking really good against Dalton Waller, and I know how good Dan is, but obviously Brian is my opponent coming up at the arm bender. And I'm really curious to see where his left arm is because I've seen some footage, older footage, then a little bit newer, but this is going to give me an idea. It's going to be probably the last bit I see of footage of him on what I need to do to beat him in February. I mean, I'm training and I'm working hard, and I actually, guys, I'm going to make my next video on this, but I got a cable pulley system. It came in today. I got to set it up, but it's a single cable pulley. I'm bringing my table into my new place, and I'm going to be able to work all my angles, true side pressure, top pressure, down pressure, all of it. I'm so excited. And I just actually can't wait to get it all in store for you guys because I'm telling you guys, it's going to level up my training, and all the lifts that Clifton and I do, I'm going to be able to emulate one for one, which is going to go a long way for getting my strength up. But yeah, I mean, I'm going to give Brian the advantage on this because I know if he gets a stop, his endurance is crazy. But I want to see just how good is his endurance. And I want to see, is he susceptible to a top roll? Is Dan Groslick going to show me something that he shouldn't? We're gonna find out, guys. Then we have Morgan Emmett, 19th, ranked 19th, versus Levi Nagel, left-handed over 200 pounds. Again, I think this is a tough ask for Morgan. He's obviously getting these matches because they feel he's ready, but I've seen Levi pull and he's a beast, and I am going to give him the advantage on this one. Then we have Jordan Shortman, unranked, versus Brandon Clark. I like Brandon too. He's a cool guy. Right hand over and left hand over 200 pounds. I am going to give Brandon the advantage, both arms. Believe I've seen Jordan Shortman pull before, but I do have to go with Brandon because I've pulled him and I know he's got some power there. So that'll be really good. Then following that match, we have Tyler Weaver, who's ranked number 19th, versus Levi Nagel, who's ranked number 7th. This is an interesting match for me. Tyler Weaver recently pulled, what's his name? Oh, Jonathan Mercer at the Armageddon. It was a good match. Jonathan had too much hand, but Jonathan's good, man. He's very good, and I think him and Levi would actually be quite comparable. So I'm curious to see if Levi's got the same amount of hand, or if these guys blast into a hook, if Tyler can do something. But I do think Tyler has to worry about endurance a little bit. I don't know. It'll be interesting. Levi's ranked much higher, so I think you have to lean with him a little bit, but I wouldn't be surprised if an upset came on this one. Next, we have Chuck Young versus Leif Sorensen, right-handed over 200 pounds. This is the number 2 ranked Leif versus the number 3 ranked Chuck, and I think that's interesting. I'm very curious to see these guys pull left and right arm. I think Leif's right arm is better. I know he's a tank both arms, but I think his right arm is better. And so I think if Chuck's going to get him, he might get him on the left. But I do have to go with Leif, both arms on those. But it's been hard to stop Chuck lately, man. He's been on a tear, so we'll see what happens. It's gonna be super exciting. And yeah, guys, I mean, late one. I don't really got too well. I can update you guys a little bit. So yeah, I moved. Still getting everything figured out. I'm just gonna be getting some training stuff set up, and I'm gonna be training hard. I'm gonna be working, just arm wrestling, working, training, all the good stuff. And yeah, for me, arm bender's my next big thing. If a tournament's available that I can make it to, I might pull just to tune up. But both arms are feeling good. I was at a Red Deer practice recently. I felt quite strong. I'm gonna keep working what I'm working on, and I got some video concepts. I have proof of concept them. I have to create them when I get my whiteboard and stuff. One I wanted to talk about with you guys is just endurance. And I don't want to go too in depth right now because I do want to make like a really good video covering it. But I just want to cover I think people misinterpret endurance. Maybe not exactly what it is, but they misinterpret it in the sense of people and having endurance. Like, if someone's at 100%, another person's at 100%. But if someone's 100% is 100 pounds and the other person's 100% is 70 pounds. But yeah, I can go in depth in this, but I want to save it for a video where I break it down and make it a better concept. But I think I'm going to change a few people's minds on what endurance actually means and how you're going to look at endurance. Yeah, I got my video where I'm going to set my stuff up and training. I got a video going on where I'm just going to be overall really just a lot of beginner stuff coming up too. So it's going to be good. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for me. A cheeky little live. Thank you all for tuning in and watching who did. If you guys are watching afterwards, please make sure you like, subscribe, tell a friend, and don't forget to tune into the channel for some more videos coming on the way. With my new setup, I'm really excited for the content that I'm going to be able to bring you guys. And I just want to keep pumping it out and just keeping the pace going. And I'll probably see you guys on Through the Fingers soon, or I'll see you guys on here in a video. But however I see you guys, just know it's great always to see you guys, see your comments, and take care. Clifton, I train, man. Get out of here. Wait till you feel my right arm in 2 days, man. I'm telling you right now, Clifton, you're going to be shocked when you pull me on Wednesday. You're going to be shocked. But anyways, guys, you have a great night.